So the first thing that we need to do is good old step one, which is research. Now the best thing about this is that we're not going to have to use any fancy tools, software, keyword researching, or Google Keyword Planner, or any of that kind of stuff. In fact, we're going to be using old school methods commonly known as a pen and paper. And what I want you to do on one side, I want you to write knowledge, and on the other side, I want you to write passion. Now for knowledge, I want you to write down everything that you're somewhat knowledgeable about, and the keyword there is somewhat. So you don't need to be a guru, an expert, or an authority figure with it. If you just dabbled in it, and if you got some knowledge, a bit of knowledge in it, go ahead and write it down. We're basically just doing some brainstorming at the moment. So what I've done is I've actually done the exercise myself, and I'm going to go through what I've put down to just give you an example of how you can do it. All right, really simple stuff. Okay, so I've wrote down for knowledge running. Personally, I try to run 2.5 miles every day. I try to keep fit, and as a side product of that, I'm also somewhat knowledgeable about dieting. I try to eat all the right foods and stay healthy and things like that. Also, I'm into computers. Now, the problem is this is a horrible phrase to use because it's just too damn broad. We need to be specific. So if you're into sports, don't just write down sports, write down football, basketball, soccer, stuff like that. So for computers, I've wrote down, I'm into video games, Photoshop, fixing computers. I've got somewhat a bit of knowledge in that category because of some college classes that I took back in the day. Video creation. So you want to be specific as possible, okay? Other things I'm into is bodybuilding. I was very knowledgeable about that back when I was working out in the Army. And then I've wrote down my previous occupations as well, human resources. So I used to work as a human resource specialist in the military. So, and also security. So once done all the knowledge stuff, what I want you to do is do the other side and write passions. Write down your passions. So I've put down running. Hey, what can I say? I'm a jogging nut. Like I get off on running, and this is sort of a second high. It's sort of a high that I get from um, from jogging. So I'm very passionate about that. It de-stresses me. Gaming, I love video games. I love to play in my spare time. And marketing, I'm a nerd. Video creation, these monstrosities that I create for you guys. I know they're not Hollywood budget and special effects. Hopefully they convey the point that I'm trying to get across to you guys. Okay, so they're my passions. I want you to write down your passions. So once you've done that, I want you to look for any subject, and these are basically markets. I want you to look for any markets that are in your knowledge and in your passion. So once you got something that's in your knowledge and your passion, what I want you to do now is go on to step two. So the first thing that we need to do to qualify that market as a profitable market is to head over to an affiliate network. And the most popular networks are like ClickBank, Commission Junction, OfferVault, things like that, okay? And what we're looking for in affiliate networks is whether they're selling products in that market, okay? So say if you got gardening down and they're selling products for gardening, and if they're selling product, the second qualifier for affiliate networks is whether they're selling lots of products. So the more products that they're selling, the more profitable the market is. And the third thing that we have to look for in affiliate networks is whether they have been new products have been added recently. So because here's the deal, like some markets have been booming, but that was years ago. But they've died out for some weird reason. So we're going to be going into markets that are absolutely booming right now. So if there's loads of products that have been added recently, that's awesome. It's a massive indicator that is a wildly profitable market that's in demand and people are willing to pay for that kind of information because you got to remember these are paid products. Now, the second thing to qualify if it's a profitable market is dummies.com. Now, you're probably thinking, what the hell is dummies.com? You may or may not know what it is. I'm sure you probably come across it. You may or may not be aware of it, but Dummies makes printed books. They make printed media, and they normally call it like Dummies Guide to whatever. So like the Dummies Guide to Windows 10, the Dummies Guide to gardening, the Dummies Guide to iPhones, something like that. Now here's the beautiful thing on why we can use these to tell if it's a profitable market or not. The first thing is that Dummies makes books, printed media, and it costs them hundreds of thousands of dollars before they can make a single sale. So they got to research it, and they've got to get authors in there, writers, and things like that, and they've got to manufacture the books, and they've got to publish it. It costs them thousands, hundreds of thousands before they can make a single sale. So dummies.com have to make sure that not only have they made their money back, but it's a wildly profitable market, and it's something that their product will be in demand, that people are willing to part with their hard-earned cash to get access to. So they do all the research because they want to make sure that when they put this thing on the market and they bring out a book on a particular subject, that not only are they going to make their money back, but it's going to make them a lot of profit on top as well. So what I want you to do is simply head over to dummies.com and put in your market in the search bar. And if they got books on that, and if they have, then that's really good news. That means it's a wildly profitable market. Okay. It's in demand, and people are willing to pay to get access to that kind of information. Really simple yet powerful stuff there. Now the third one includes leaving the house. Okay, so you can go out, get a coffee, have a day out, have a beer, do whatever you do. Okay, but while you're out having your beers and your coffees and your teas, stop by a newsstand. All right, and what you want to do at that newsstand is you want to see if they're selling magazines on the because if they're selling magazines on your market on that subject, is because, once again, just like dummies.com, they want to make sure that they're profitable every single month. They're spending thousands to bring out printed media magazines. They're spending thousands before they even made a single penny. So they got to make sure that there's a massive demand for that product that people are willing to pay for. Okay, so if there's magazines in your market, that means that there's a massive demand, and these companies are making money from it as well, and so you can too. Okay, so if you've chosen your market and it passes the profitable test, then we can go ahead and move on to step number 3, which is BAP, the BAT method. Now, if you've done this and your market isn't profitable, no worries, just go back to step 1, and where you list your passions and your knowledge, and just try to find something else, another market that's in your passions and your knowledge. Okay, and once you've exhausted that, just start going through your passions again. Okay, and once you've gone through your passions, start going through your knowledge again. Okay, I promise you, you're going to find something that's going to work with this. And if you filled it out and you're giving it your best shot, then you're going to find something, okay, that's going to end up being profitable. And it's always better to enter a market that you're knowledgeable about and you're passionate about, okay? Trust me, it makes it so much easier, and it resonates in your work. And you end up getting more passionate fans, and you attract more, and it's easier to do stuff. Okay, it's easier to do work because it just gleams across. Your passion just comes through your work when you're in the market you're passionate about. So once you qualify the market, then we want to do the BAT method. Now, this is a phrase my friend James Scholes has coined. It's basically big ass problem. Okay, basically what we're doing here, the most profitable segment of any market is people who are desperate for a solution to a problem. So basically, they're looking for a solution. These guys are having a big ass problem in their life, and they need to get it fixed. And then the best type of these folks, like I said, is desperate. So what you need to do once you've qualified your market, you need to find a big ass problem in your market. Once you find a big ass problem in your market that has loads of people and are having a problem with it, because people are willing to pay for a solution to their problem. Once you've found that out, then your entire marketing revolves around that problem and getting a solution to that problem. So basically, your blog marketing, your email marketing, your video marketing, your product creation, giving away freebies, things like that, traffic generation, every single aspect of marketing revolves around serving your market and trying to get a solution to their problem, whether it's free content or paid content. Okay, so what you got to do is find the BAP, the big ass problem. Now, this, I wasn't going to put this in here, but we figured let's go ahead. The enthusiast market. Now, these are people who are on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes they're on the opposite side of the desperate. They're basically the guys who camp outside and like a week before the new iPhone comes out. These guys will spend a hell of a lot of money, especially when they're getting information. The amount of people that I see who are like professionals, they know their stuff, like, and they're willing to spend thousands on their education. But you got to be really, really good with that market to sell to the enthusiasts. But you can sell really high price products, and they're what I call they're what James calls the nugget hunters. These guys will go and buy a course, spend thousands on it, and they're going in knowing that they're going to know like 99% of the knowledge, but they're just looking for that nugget to improve their business, to improve their seduction game, to improve their pogo sticking, to improve their golf swing, whatever it is. A lot of time I've read the reviews, they'll say stuff like, they'll say, I've been doing this for years. I know most of it, but it's a good course. But that said, I got this one golden nugget from it, and that alone was worth the admission of the course. Okay, these guys will spend thousands, even though they know most of the information. So once you've done that, you've got your market, and now what you want to do now is just build your business around the market and the BAP, the big ass problem. Okay, so there you go. This is how you find a profitable market quickly and easily. I hope you enjoyed today's free training. This is Jonathan Coach checking out. See you soon.